In the ancient land of Canaan, there lived a young man named Joseph Lee. He was the favorite son of his father, Jacob, a fact that planted a seed of jealousy in the hearts of his 10 older brothers. One day, full of youthful excitement, Joseph shared a dream he had. He told them, "Listen. I dreamed we were all in the field, binding sheaves of grain. Suddenly, my sheaf stood upright, and all of your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to mine." His brothers scoffed. One mocked, "So you actually think you're going to rule over us someday?" Another muttered angrily, "This dreamer and his fantasies, something must be done." Their envy only grew when Joseph shared another dream, this time of the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing to him. The simmering jealousy soon boiled over. One day, their father sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending the flocks far from home. Seeing him approach from a distance, they saw their chance. "Here comes the dreamer," one whispered. "Let's get rid of him. We can throw him into this empty pit and say a wild animal got him." The eldest brother, Reuben, felt a pang of guilt. "No," he urged, "let's not take his life. Just throw him in the pit." He secretly planned to come back and rescue Joseph later. When Joseph arrived, his brothers swarmed him. They ripped off the beautiful, colorful coat his father had given him and, ignoring his desperate pleas, threw him into the deep, dark pit. Just then, a caravan of traders on their way to Egypt appeared on the horizon. Judah, another brother, saw an opportunity. "What do we gain if we kill him?" he reasoned. "Let's sell him to these traders. That way, we get some silver, and we don't have his blood on our hands." And so, for 20 pieces of silver, Joseph was sold into slavery. As he was led away in chains, his cries for help faded into the distance. He was taken to Egypt, a foreign land, utterly alone. His brothers, to cover their crime, dipped his coat in goat's blood and presented it to their father, who was left to grieve the son he thought was dead in Egypt. Despite his circumstances, Joseph worked faithfully for a high-ranking official named Potiphar. God was with Joseph, and everything he did prospered. However, his integrity was put to the test when he was falsely accused of a terrible crime and thrown into prison. Even in the darkness of the dungeon, Joseph's faith did not waver. He believed, "I will not sin against God, even if it costs me everything." And even in that bleak place, God had not forgotten him. Years passed. One night, Pharaoh, the mighty king of Egypt, was deeply troubled by 2 strange dreams. "I saw 7 fat, healthy cows come out of the river," he told his advisors, "but then 7 thin, sickly cows came and devoured them." What can it mean? None of his magicians or wise men could interpret the dreams. It was then that a former fellow prisoner remembered Joseph's ability to interpret dreams. Joseph was brought from the prison to stand before Pharaoh. With calm confidence, he said, "The dreams are a message from God. He is revealing what he is about to do." The 7 fat cows represent 7 years of abundant harvest. The 7 thin cows represent 7 years of severe famine that will follow. Your Majesty must prepare wisely. Impressed by his wisdom, Pharaoh declared, "There is no one as discerning and wise as you. I will put you in charge of all of Egypt to save my people." Joseph, the slave and prisoner, was suddenly made the second most powerful man in the kingdom. Just as Joseph had foretold, 7 years of plenty were followed by a devastating famine that spread across the entire region, including his homeland of Canaan. Hearing there was grain in Egypt, Jacob sent his sons to buy food. When the 10 brothers arrived, they were brought before the powerful Egyptian ruler they had come to petition. They bowed low to the ground before him, begging, "Great ruler, we have come from a distant land. Please sell us some grain so our families do not starve." They had no idea that the man whose mercy they were pleading for was the very brother they had betrayed all those years ago. Joseph recognized them instantly, and a storm of emotions washed over him. He had to turn away to hide his tears. After testing his brothers to see if their hearts had changed, Joseph could no longer contain himself. He ordered everyone else out of the room. Then, weeping loudly, he revealed his identity. "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt." His brothers were frozen in shock and fear, expecting retribution. But Joseph's heart was full of grace. He told them, "Do not be afraid or angry with yourselves. It wasn't you who sent me here, but God. What you meant for evil, God used for good, to save many lives." He embraced them, one by one. The brothers, overcome with remorse and relief, begged for his forgiveness. Through their tears, a family torn apart by jealousy was finally made whole again through the power of forgiveness and God's incredible plan. Joseph brought his entire family to live with him in Egypt, turning their sorrow into joy and their despair into a future filled with hope and peace. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.